Review number 9. Remember that all of these are wrong and you want to make sure that you do them correctly, and some of them need complete sentences. So the first question, this person has found the area of the triangle. And so they've written the formula correctly. Area does equal base times height divided by 2. However, when we look here, we need to remember that bases and heights always come together at right angles. So this is your base, this is your height. So instead of doing 3 times 6 divided by 2, we needed to do 3 times 5 divided by 2. Okay, next question. They've graphed the inequality, they've made a baby number line, everything's right there. However, it's not just 1x, it's 4x's. So we need to solve for 1x. So who's the variable? X. What's happening to it? It's being multiplied by 4, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. So x is less than or equal to 4. So now I make my baby number line. In the center I put my 4, and then my 5, and then my 3. I need to figure out if this is going to be an open or closed circle. And then I need to look to the left, look to the right. And remember, you draw your arrow pointing towards the direction that makes your statement true. Next one, 30% of 12 is 40. So we're looking at this, and it says 30% of 12. So it's not 12 is the whole, and then we've got 40. So I need to draw a percent box. My numbers that go on are 0, 0, 100, and then my 12 goes on here. So my 30% is going to go down here, and I don't know what goes here. Remember, we can't get from here to here, so I'm going to go all the way down to something else, maybe 10. So divide by 10, and I divide this by 10, so it's going to be 1.2, and then times 3, and times 3. And you're going to write this in a sentence. So whatever it is equals 30% of 12. Next one, absolute value, this I know, is the distance from 0, positive number every time. Know the answer with this rhyme. So we need to look at this and figure out what's wrong with that. Next one, we're adding. Remember, when we add fractions, we have to have a common denominator. So I'm going to have 2/3 plus 3/8, and that's going to be 20/4. So times 3 times 3, so it's 9/24, times 8 times 8, so it's 16/24. So I get 25/24, which I need to change into a mixed number. Okay, next one. I need to add these or subtract these, and I can't do that because I can't take 3 away from 2. So I've got to change this to a 2 and make this be a 6. And now I can subtract, and I just go ahead and do that. The quotient of this, well, quotient means to divide. So I need to change this so that it looks like that. And write your answer to this as a fraction. So whatever you get, you're going to write it over 7 as your remainder. Okay, next one, the ratio of boys to girls in Miss Gregory's class is 3:2, so that's right. It says if there are 30 boys, so I'm going to put my 30 here. That means in each box I'm going to have a 10. And then I'm going to write my answer as a complete sentence. Number 9 is a division problem. Remember, when you're dividing, you have to move your decimal point. Move your decimal point. And 35, whoops, I wrote that wrong, sorry. So I'm going to write 35 into 7.035. Move my decimal point, move my decimal point. Goes in twice. Now my decimal point's here. Subtract. Bring down my 3, my 0, bring down my 5, etc. And then the last one, that's a trapezoid. So on a trapezoid, I highlight both bases and my height. And then my formula is the sum of the bases times the height divided by 2. So it's going to be 6 plus 10 times 4, all divided by 2. Or you could think about it here and here. So that distance is 6, so this is 2 and this is 2. So you could find the area of this rectangle here in the middle and the area of each of these triangles, and then add that together and you get your answer that way. Make sure you write this one in a complete sentence too.